Good day, first world travellers, and welcome back. Medellin, Colombia was once considered the most dangerous city in the world. Comuna 13 was one of the most fearsome and violent areas located high above the city. But as you can see, things have changed. Today I'm joining Comuna 13 Tours for their 4-hour graffiti tour. Along with our guide, Oscar, we'll discover more about Comuna 13 from the Metrocable, connecting the locals to the city and reducing their alienation, to the escalators which have significantly reduced locals' daily travel times, and the prominent street art, a product of the Comuna 13 Graffiti Project, an initiative led by locals to not only aesthetically enhance the area, but to tell the story of Comuna 13's transformation from an area known for violence, poverty and death, to one of development and positivity. Let's get started. So welcome back to Medellin, Colombia. It's about 9:30 on a Thursday morning and I'm at Poblado Station once again. And I'm here to meet the guide from Comuna13tours.com, as well as the rest of the guys that are coming on the tour. So let's go. Okay, so we're at the station, it's almost 10 o'clock. This is where you meet Salida A, the exit and entrance of the station. I will put all of the details about this tour in the description below, from their website to their awesome Instagram page. They post photos every day of the tours that they do. And you might have heard of Comuna 13 before. That's because we touched on it in the last video, my Pablo Escobar video, which you can check out up above. But today we're going to go through it in a lot more detail. So we're at San Antonio, there's about 15 of us I think, and we are heading on the other line now, the B line, to San Javier, which is where we get the cable car up the mountain. Awesome.
Up the mountain. Sauce cafe. Oh, nice. Did you get sauce cafe?
Yeah, we did. Yes.
Okay, we're at San Javier Station, the Metrocable station, the cable cars, how exciting. Over there is Oscar and the tour group. Oscar's doing a very interesting chat about the history of the metro and the Metrocable. So let's see what he has to say.
Okay, well, before we get into the cable car ride, we're going to spend a little time here. I want to explain to you about the existence of this cable car system. Alright, so these cable cars started running in 2008. Okay? Before 2008, approximately 80,000 people live all the way over the mountains. It took them approximately 3 hours to do the job. Why 3 hours? Because they needed to take 2 buses. One bus all the way to the top of the mountains to the center of the city area. Once they arrived to the center of the city area, they needed to take a transfer, take another bus all the way to the south. Why the south? Because the city of Medellin has a lot of textile industry and cotton, and all the big factories are located all the way in the south. So most likely people that make minimum wage, they're not working in the factory. Okay? Now with this system implemented, they don't have to spend 3 hours going back and forth. In 40 minutes, they're all the way in the south.
Hey, it's time to get in the cable car. How exciting. We're going to go to Comuna 13. Okay, we're in the last one. Okay.
Say hi.
Lovely.
Say hi.
Oh, hi everyone.
So nice. What's your YouTube channel name?
It's First World Traveller with 2 L's. Because people will spell it the American way.
Yeah.
Damn American English.
Mine. You can
Oh, you've
call
got a
me.
business card.
Perfect. Oh my
It's not
gosh.
like business, just like my name, because it's like hard for people to spell it. It's Lexigo Travel.
Oh, awesome.
This is so cute. I'm gonna put it right in my wallet.
So as you've just seen, we've just been up on the metro cable, absolutely awesome. I didn't realise it was so long, and there's about 5-6 stops. I thought it would just go straight at the top. We went all the way up the top. You could see Pablo Escobar's prison that he built. It's just astonishing. And as Oscar was saying earlier, he was talking about the fact that before the metro cable was there, it was extremely difficult for the locals to get anywhere else in Medellin. It would take them 3 hours to get into the city and back again. Insane. We're going to get a bus now. We're going to go and have a look at the graffiti. One of them green buses behind me. The guys behind me are just having some arepas and lula juice. I'm not sure what that is. Arepas, I know what they are. Arepas. It's a thing I've had a lot while I've been here. It's like a bready flour kind of pancake thing. You can have lots of different fillings like meat, cheese, those sorts of stuff. You also get them in Venezuela. How's your lula juice?
So good. Delicious. Love it. It's my favorite.
Epic. Was it lula or lulo?
Lulo.
Okay. What does that mean?
L-O-L-U.
L-O-L-U.
Backwards. L-U-L-O.
Okay. And what does it taste like? What's in it?
It's like acid. You want to try it though?
Okay. Right, what's this called again?
Lulo.
Lulo juice. Oh yes, fruity. Lovely. Right, we're now getting on one of these green buses. We're going to check out some of the graffiti in Comuna 13. Walking backwards, filming, not a good move. Hola, buenas tardes.
Famous?
You become famous.
Yeah.
One day, someone will discover our videos in years to come. Wave everyone. So we're now in the heart of Comuna 13. We're just heading up the escalators, which you saw in the other video. Along with the metro cable, they are one of the ways in which the people can get to this place easier and out of here. It's much more accessible because of these 6 escalators, actually designed by a Japanese company. So what's the story behind all this graffiti? Well, Oscar is going to tell you now, and also I'll fill you in a little bit too.
Like run those stacks on the neighborhood. Whatever happens. See? Houses in different directions. That's how stable the people here used to live, physically and mentally. Why they hang like that, like he was God? Because a lot of people question him, especially the opposition of the government, say, come on man, why you didn't give the local people a notice about this big mail operation? So they should evacuate the kids, the elder, and the women out of this neighborhood. You have 2 Black Hawk helicopters with M16 shooting two houses and then having shootings. Those houses have brick. People shooting with AK-47s, AR-15s. That's where a lot of innocent people also got killed through this operation. He actually set it up to the international law. He had to send his attorney to give some explanations.
Despite Pablo Escobar's downfall and death in the early 90s, Comuna 13 remained highly dangerous and continued to be controlled by drug cartels. Guerrilla groups sought control of the area, resulting in the deaths of countless citizens, many buried on nearby hillsides with bodies now difficult to identify due to corrosive chemicals placed in the soil. In 2002, the Colombian military carried out a strike to end the conflict. Although ultimately successful, it resulted in the deaths of many more thousands. The locals were responsible for the Comuna 13 Graffiti Project, determined to tell the story of their struggle and subsequent recovery through the medium of art, creating the colourful, vibrant and progressive area of Medellin we witness today. So as you just heard from Oscar, this graffiti really tells a story. So that face is the face of fear of the people in Comuna 13 at the time. Those are the houses, the dice, the hand, God, playing God in terms of their fate. Very interesting. So the thing about this graffiti is you can't just, be anyone and turn up and do graffiti on the walls. You have to be actually approved by the people that did the Graffiti Project here in Comuna 13. This one behind me is amazing. So the 13-year-old boy did this. And you see like the bird there with the astronaut on the top. It's because he wanted to be an astronaut. And his favourite game was Mario Brothers. Tokyo Mario Kart. The area up on the hill up there, as I was saying earlier about the murders and basically the thousands of deaths and missing people, that's where the bodies are buried. Well, people think that the bodies are buried there and there's some kind of chemical or something that basically rotting the bodies. That's why there's no green growing, no trees growing. There's a big barren area where potentially there's a lot of dead bodies still to be discovered. Just look at the graffiti, it's amazing. Well, that's a flag, but here's graffiti. Blooper reel. It's, I guess, amazing how this has been instrumental in changing the view of this area from the most dangerous area of Medellin to somewhere where there's now millions of tourists come every year. In a very short period this has happened, so it just goes to show even the worst areas in the world can turn themselves around.
Dale, ya. Bienvenidos a la prese porque esto ya entona. Manos engrasadas, que estoy arreglando la motora. Es el estilo que por aquí nunca cambia. Mira, nena hermosa, mientras tanto son 2 gramos. Caras nuevas, espero que todo goce. Está plena, de que las 13 es mundial. Bien dicho, como se mira del grafo desde allá. Tenemos un león, hace rato fue pintado.
¿Cómo?
Okay, the tour is coming to an end. In case you haven't noticed and you haven't been paying attention, we've been looking at a lot of graffiti in this video. We've also been checking out some local hip-hop musicians, totally awesome, including the little child. The child was the star of the day. We've also been having some iced coffee lemonade at the same place that I went to in the Pablo Escobar video. We're now at a place trying out some traditional cremas consuelo. It's like an ice cream thing, basically. Passion fruit, mango, or coconut. Beautiful.
Sorry.
Passion fruit, maracujá.
Alana, you're so
Passion fruit.
disgustingly just greedy and
Passion fruit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mango. Gracias. Oh, I got it.
Who's missing?
Okay, we're back at San Javier Station on the way back to Poblado. Again, the great thing is Oscar the guide will pay for all of your transport back to where you came from, which is absolutely fantastic. I've loved this tour. It's been brilliant. So on that note, let me get home, let me have a shower, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Thank you to Oscar and thank you to Comuna 13 Tours for such a wicked day. Okay, I'm back at my place in Medellin, and this is a bit different because it's 2 days later now. Okay, I've literally edited this whole video as we speak, and I'm just filming the last bit now to add on to the end. So what are my final thoughts about this tour? Quite possibly, and I'm not exaggerating, it's one of the best tours I've been on in a long time for a number of reasons. Oscar was brilliant, informative, fascinating, interesting, and you know, one of the good things about these tours is that he's from Medellin, so it's not like a guide from somewhere else. He's a local guide, so he has first-hand experience of the things he described. Secondly, the group of people were amazing. You know, I don't normally like tours, but having people to actually experience it with was brilliant, and you've seen some of them throughout the video. And the last thing I want to say on this tour is that travel for me is about learning. It's about learning about history, people's experiences, what people went through, and quite often in videos that I've done before, particularly in Japan and places like that, it's been about history that's been a long time ago, but this is recent. You know, it's in the last couple of decades that this has happened, and Comuna 13 has really developed and Medellin has changed. So I feel very grateful that I'm alive at a time where I can experience these things. So if you're thinking about traveling, if you're thinking about doing this sort of thing, that's something to think about. That could be your motivation for traveling, because it's certainly mine. I've really enjoyed doing this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed filming it. So if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to do that like button, leave a comment as well, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's some more videos coming from Colombia before I go back to Mexico in about a month. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.